just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of I don't know what to call this podcast. It's big news happens in the off season. We come in, we talk about it. What was last week again? Kobe Black. Wednesday.
Yeah, was that far out? Was that a week ago? Yeah, that was last Wednesday.
A week ago, bro. I'm pretty sure that was.
Yeah, it was.
Wednesday.
It was. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what to call this podcast. Big news happens. We obviously come in, especially in the off season, because we've got nothing else. We don't have the Wednesday show that we usually have.
We've actually done it quite a lot though. This whole year.
Yeah, and we actually, it's funny. We have this like a long Monday show, but there's actually so much stuff we don't talk about on the Monday show because we're so focused on making sure we take care of the audience in regards to the review of their game. So in here, obviously, Katoa news, Haas news, which is like, we talk about Haas just because, like, not that we know for sure, just because it's interesting that this play is being made. Whether it is or isn't a play, that's kind of the question. We'll get to that. Powered by Lontel, guys. Best internet in the land. You know the drill. Lontel.net.au/bloke. Make sure to go there. Support people that support us. We've all got internet. What I can, I'll be very, very surprised if you switch from another internet into Lontel and you aren't impressed by how good it is. It is 5 years running, best customer service. You pay as you go. You know the drill, guys. On top of all that, you pay for the speeds you use as well. So let's say you want fast speeds, you crank it up, boom, pay for that. But then when you crank it back down, you're no longer paying for the fast speeds. And also, if you go away, you can pause it. You don't pay for the 2 or 3 weeks that you're away, and you can try it for free. 7-day trial, no contracts, no credit card needed. Just sign up. And if you have already signed up, just give them a call. They can run you through how to do it all. I mean, when I first signed up, I literally just got on the phone with Andrew, and he had it up and running in like, honestly, 3 or 4 minutes. Crazy.
Yeah, I had the same experience.
Mental. So massive shout out to Lontel. And also don't forget the Grumpy Coffee Black Friday sale starts next week. The biggest sale Grumpy's ever done, November 24 to the 2nd. 25% off the kilo bags. Just stock up. You know, these sales don't happen often, guys. 25. I'm thinking about the last time we had a sale on Grumpy. We had like free shipping, but outside of that, it's been quite a while. So stock up. It goes for a week, and also we've got a bundle of pods. Get 3 packs of pods for 25% off, and it's the best coffee in all the land. You will not be disappointed. Matty, how you going, bro?
I'm good. I was at the gym this morning and I was talking to my mate, and we were talking about Katoa. Obviously, we'll get to that, and we're talking about Haas, and we kind of checked ourselves 20 minutes in and be like, the Ashes is in 2 days, and we're sitting here talking about rugby league.
That's crazy.
How does rugby league, and I'm so pumped for the Ashes, but how does rugby league just never stop?
It never stops. And that's why look, maybe a transfer window, it still would never stop. I don't know. And I know these aren't necessarily transfer window things, but its ability to go all year is crazy. Like, the fact that we have enough to talk about on an extra show on a Wednesday is insane. Also, got some disappointing news, guys. Disappointing news. Tom and Eddie will no longer be a part of the DMP on Thursday. The boys came in a few weeks ago and they let us know that they're too busy for the DMP going forward. And so, yeah, they won't be a part of it going forward. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, mate, something crazy must have happened. You're kidding. Blah, blah, blah. No, nothing crazy happened. No big dramas. Nothing like that, guys. Settle. And I will be 100% honest with you guys. If it was big drama, something as important as this has been going for as long as it has, I would 100% tell you. I swear on everything. I swear on my family, I swear on everything. I would tell you. So the boys came in a few weeks ago, said they were too busy going forward to do the DMP. And like, as I said, no big drama. It's to be honest, like, a pretty cruisy setup. The boys would come in, shoot the shit for 20, 30 minutes. SGO's like, what do you reckon, a minute around the corner? Shoot the shit for 20, 30 minutes. Then we would do the potty. That would go for about 45 to an hour. They'd be in and out of here in an hour and 20 minutes every single week. The long weeks, it was an hour and 30 minutes. So it was a cruisy thing. Go back to the studio, do what they needed to do. Send an invoice. They got paid well, so no dramas there. So as I said, guys, boys are too busy. It's obviously, I think the main focus is, I know how much the show means to people, a lot of people, when it's a tough week, you're working your ass off, you get to Thursday, you want to have a laugh. And I really know that. So, you know, the good thing about something ending, Matty, is that something else can begin. A butterfly can come out of the cocoon. So we actually will be looking for new talent. So email if you're in the media space or you feel like and it's more of a comedy style Thursday podcast, guys, as you all know, so more of a comedy style. If you're interested in putting your name forward, email matt@blokeinabar.com, send him some videos. If you're a comedian that knows rugby league, you've got to have a basic understanding of rugby league. So Monday's a little bit different. You've got to have a extremely deep knowledge of rugby league, allegedly, of course. Allegedly. But yeah, Monday's a little bit different. Thursday, you've got to have a basic knowledge. You know what's happening each week, but you don't need to watch every game or anything like that. It's more of a comedy podcast, but you need to know the lay of the land. So shoot matt@blokeinabar.com an email. But listen, don't be sad it's over. Just be happy it happened. Be happy it happened. But anyway, but yeah, that's it. Anything, Matty?
Oh, yeah, it's sad. I've been here for half a decade now, and the only thing that people ever say to me is, "Oh, I like how you laugh behind the DMP." And yeah, no, I'm pretty sad, to be honest. It's a great show. I had the best seat in the house.
I think the unique thing about it was this is what I liked about it, just from because I'm obviously a fan of it. Well, I thought the boys were super funny. I don't know if there's another podcast in the country like it, and what I mean by that is there are obviously hosts that go for different teams. But I don't think you can find a podcast where it's essentially an hour of two fans against each other. I know it's three, but just bear with me. Genuinely putting shit on each other.
Yeah.
Not like, my team beat yours. We're talking to each other like we're in a pub and it's banter with the boys.
I think the DMP actually started at the best possible time, because if you cast your mind back to 2021, the first, I'm going to say 6 to 8 rounds, Manly and Broncos were both horrid. And you were arguing over who's worse than the other one. Now, Manly ended up being good when Turbo came back. Yeah. But I guess that's just how it kicked it off. It was kind of it was so funny like that. New
South Wales, Queensland as well.
Well, that as well, yeah.
And so that's why I felt, I think it's just, one of the more disappointing, just from a content perspective, from my perspective, is I don't think there's another podcast out there. Like, yeah, there are podcasts that like kind of banter a little bit, but like, there are people that have messaged me like many times over the years going, bro, the way they speak to you is like so disrespectful. But like they don't get it. Like that's banter in the pub. That's what you say to your mates. And that,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so that's what I loved about it, because you can't get like, where else could you get that kind of banter?
Yeah, no.
You can't. You just can't. It's not on mainstream because obviously you get taken off the air. Anyway, is what it is. So yeah, if you are, if you feel like you're a super talent, you're more on the comedy side of things, you know a bit about footy, shoot Matty an email. We'll also be looking ourselves and looking at some potential hosts to join me on the Thursday, or whatever day it ends up being on. But I do think it's really important we have a comedy show, because all jokes aside, the number one thing for me that's the most disappointing is I truly know there is a lot of blokes out there that, life can be rough. Like you go into a job where your boss is a dick and, all that stuff. It's tough. You got all this pressure on you as a bloke. And don't get me wrong, women listen to the podcast too, but it's majority blokes. And then you get to listen to DMP, and for an hour, you just escape, you're having a laugh, and it's your kind of humor. You can't really get that anywhere else. So, yeah, my goal is to hopefully, I'm not trying to just recreate that, but hopefully give someone else an opportunity, and also to keep, as I said, not exactly do that, but keep a funny podcast later in the week to help you get through the end of the week. That's my hope. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, agreed.
Boom. Okay, huge news overnight. Huge night overnight. Eli Katoa will miss the 2026 season. So Storm put out a statement, say he won't return to the NRL 26 season. No time frame on his recovery or possible return to training. Eli Katoa returned safely to Melbourne from Auckland. Eli has been under the care of specialists at Melbourne Hospital, where he has undergone further testing and assessment. Katoa has been released from hospital and will continue his recovery at home. Outside of tragics that have happened over the last few years, this is one of the more sad days in rugby league for a few years. And to think that a guy like Katoa, after winning Dally M back rower, will not be playing rugby league for an entire year. And if the fact that he's not, like they've already locked it in, he's not out for a year. First of all, I want to give Storm a lot of praise here for not sitting there going, oh, he's a key player on a lot of money. And I know the salary cap is competitive. That's irrelevant. You think they don't want to sell Eli Katoa out there? Obviously
he's the best back rower in the comp.
Exactly. They immediately have gone, no footy, no rugby league. And maybe that was the advice they got. I'm not sure. We'll never know. But like, there is a world where they go, let's just see how he goes over the next 6 months. They didn't. No footy 2026. I really admire the strength of that decision, and it shows that they're trying to put Eli first, in my opinion. But this is an extremely sad day, and it's a wake-up call for all of us in rugby league, not just everyone at the ground, not just all the people involved or whatever happened. We'll find out what happened in the investigation, but it's a wake-up for everyone watching rugby league. You know, it's a wake-up for all of us. And we know when we sit there and we have that little urge of a player gets a head knock and we say, "Oh, get up, please get up, please get up." You know, we've all been there, guys. Let's not pretend here. Let's not pretend we haven't. It's a wake-up call for everyone, how dangerous this game is. And the saddest thing about it all is we as fans are not going to be the ones paying the price. Guess who has to pay the price? It's Eli Katoa and his family. He pays the price for us to have a wake-up call. And that's the saddest thing about all of this. I'm devastated for Eli Katoa. Honestly, whether he plays rugby league again, I care as much as I want him to be happy. But my main focus is he has a happy rest of his life, a healthy rest of his life, regardless of what he does. That's how dire and serious this situation is. It's devastating.
It's heartbreaking. Like, seriously, it's weird. Like, when the statement came through yesterday, I actually had to reread it a couple of times because I was like, so wait, he's out already? I'm with you with the Storm thing. Like, full credit to them. Like, just to say, nah, like, your health obviously comes first. And I know that sounds obvious, but they did do it. They've done it, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. This is a terrible day for the game.
Yeah. It's a terrible day, and it's a reminder. And look, this is not a moment for I told you so. I'm not sitting here saying I told you so, because even I didn't think that something like this would happen. But it is a reminder when I'm sitting up there whinging about teams that see a head knock and leave a bloke out there for 2 sets. I say it all the time, maybe once a month. I'm like, we are playing with fire. This is not a fucking bad knee. This is not a bad shoulder. This is not broken ribs. You know, we know our Warriors can get through that. We know that the gladiators out there can get through that. And yes, ironically, they still have long-term injuries from that, those big injuries. This is head knocks. This is something that we cannot afford to be even the slightest complacent about. And unfortunately, we have one of our superstars, and it wouldn't even matter if he was a superstar, just a player in the game that is going to make the rest of the NRL wake up, and he had to pay the price for it.
He is going to be used going forward as a yardstick. Like, people are going to say, okay, well, you know, we don't want any like Katoa situation to happen. Like, his name is going to be used like that for a while now, which is devastating.
Yeah.
Like, that is imagine if that was you or a family member. It kind of insinuates that it's avoidable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as well, like, it's a real reminder that, yes, okay, there are certain people in certain positions that we need to look at and go, what did they do right? What did they wrong or whatever? And that will come out. But as a game, all of us, everyone, when we see something like that going forward, you know, we need to act. We all need to be a part of the solution, not just, as I said, there are certain people in certain positions that obviously have more responsibility than other people. Like, you know, if you're a fan in the crowd, you can't go down to Tonga and be like, but we all saw it. Someone could have said something and we didn't. Yeah, so like I just think that, of course, there are people more in positions that have certain responsibilities that weigh heavier than others. But however, as a game, we all need to come together and push for change and push for the right changes needed to be made to make sure this never happens again. And I'm not sitting here saying there aren't going to be someone that gets seriously injured going forward. This is rugby league and this is the price that we pay. And we've pretended that doesn't exist for a long time. I always bring it up. This is a violent sport. It's that simple. There will be injuries. There will be serious injuries. But injuries that if we had the right systems in place, they can be avoided. That's what we need to focus on. Now, certain injuries, as I said, are going to happen in the heat of the battle, accidents, all that kind of stuff. But the injuries as severe as this, that if we had a better system, it would have avoided, that's what we need to focus on, in my opinion. Yeah,
this is going to be a huge change. And if it doesn't, then I don't think there's a world where it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You'll see, everything will be monitored now. I think training sessions are going to be monitored. I think warm-ups are going to be monitored.
The irony is, like, training sessions already have been monitored. Yeah. So this is a huge miss.
Yeah.
It's a huge miss.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. It's like, okay, things are going to change. And I know you feel the exact same. I feel that makes me feel a bit gross because, like, this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. And so, the one thing that absolutely is going to change is warm-ups will absolutely be monitored beyond belief. Like, going forward, there absolutely needs to be someone, like, looking at the playing group in a certain area. They're all warming up together. And also, there should be someone, if there is a head knock on the video, it should be sent immediately to the team.
That's the big one. We were speaking about this before the show. It's so common because the doctor takes a minute to check it, I guess. So it actually is quite common for the player to stay on for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That has to go.
Yeah.
It just has to go.
Yeah, so what do you mean is sometimes a doctor has to get him to go off. I've never agreed with that. I think that if the trainer goes out there and you can clearly see there's been some substantial contact, like he stumbled or something. In the video, we can all see on the video he stumbled. I think he's got to come off.
Yeah.
I think we've got to be quicker at doing it because I just, the fact that sometimes we're leaving them out there for, you see some pretty big head knocks and they're out there for, what do you reckon, 2 sets?
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
And then they get taken off. You're just like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, like why was that he left on there for 2 seconds? And like I just don't see why it would take 2 whole sets.
You know what's funny? I'm thinking, putting myself when I watch a game now, when someone gets knocked out or someone gets like hit high, I actually think, he'll be off in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
Yeah, which is crazy when, let's be honest. Look, I understand we need the doctors to make the right calls, but it needs to get to the point where if you are suspected of a head knock, and the thing that frustrates me is we're pretending we don't know. 8 out of 10, I reckon most fans go, that's a concuss, that's a HIA,
Sure.
like we're pretending like, oh no, we need to make sure. I think the new rule, and I haven't sat down and thought about this too much, but you're probably going to have to get them off the field and do the tests off the field and let the game continue to flow.
Yeah, it's gonna have to become a huge priority.
It probably has to be that because that way, do the tests. Wait for the doctor to clear or not clear, and then he can either run back out or he goes in for HIA. In no world can a player be left out there for 2 sets of rugby league going forward, in my opinion.
I wonder if they'll give I know the refs have a really tough job anyway, but I wonder if they'll have any, because I don't know if you know, I don't think they have any say when it comes to this.
I think if they see a dangerous thing, they wait for the doctor to... I think actually they've got discretion, I think they've got discretion. Okay. I personally think, and I've just thought about this right now, so there's probably holes in it, you're probably going to have to just take the player off the field immediately. Like if the game is stopped for a HIA like that, I think you're probably going to have to say, all right, you're off immediately. We check you on the sideline, and then we either send you... And so someone's already there ready to go back straight on, like warming up, so they're not pulling muscles and that. They go on for a minute or two, and then send them back out.
Maybe the 18th man, that's his job, to run on for 2 minutes.
Potentially.
And then if he's in, he's in.
Yeah, if he's in, you keep him on there for 10 minutes, whatever it is. But I think you're probably going to have to take them because, like, I'm trying to think, how often do we see a head knock, and maybe we don't see it because the cameras don't show us, where they stay on?
Yeah, it's more often than not they go off.
Yeah, like most of the time, if the trainer's stopped the game or the game has been stopped, they're off.
Yeah, so like every so often you'll see a fine or something, but. Yeah, not often.
Because like basically the process is this: the trainer checks it, he says like all good or whatever.
He does the on-field test.
Yep.
But then I think the doctor reviews the footage
whilst he's still on the field.
And that's where that 2 minute, 2 set thing comes from.
It's just crazy. It just cannot happen. They've just got to pull him straight off. If there's enough, force or whatever with the head that you can genuinely see like he stumbled or something, or there's any evidence of concussion, I think you've just got to pull him off the testing.
Yep.
This can never happen again. Ever happen again. So, as I said, I'm not the answers guy. I don't have all the information. My only intent here is to, first of all, prioritise, Eli Katoa and sending all our best wishes. Devastating for him. All I want is him to make a full recovery and be happy off the field. Rugby league is the least of his worries right now. If he could make a recovery and that's what's going to make him happy, that's good. We have seen in the past, like Tamati Martin going away for a couple of years, come back and playing really well. So there's hope there, but I'm not sure how good he is. I don't know, so I can't comment on that. What I can comment on is that I just hope for him and his family that he makes enough of recovery to live a happy life. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah, got nothing to add. I totally agree.
Storm will apply for an NRL salary cap dispensation. Like I think that's obviously. I don't. Like
the Sharks just did it for Ronaldo because if you get hurt in a non-club game, you get to apply for it. So that's by the book.
But yeah, just devastating. Like truly, I feel sick. Like
it's heartbreaking. Yeah, it's shocking.
Fuck. After a Dally M year, this, like we see there's such big gladiators, and maybe it's not until you have kids that you can feel this kind of pain, I guess. And please, I'm not making it about me, guys. Like fucking, I'm just expressing how I'm feeling. But that is a young man that's just strived for greatness, and he just had his greatest year.
Like probably I know it's irrelevant, but like probably the second best player on the grand final.
Yeah.
Like
he was great. And he may be great again, but he had sacrificed so much to get to the pinnacle of his profession, something that essentially no one does. And we didn't have a system in place to protect him from himself.
Yeah.
Fucking so disappointing. Fuck. Okay. Let's move forward. All right, Payne Haas. It is reportedly told a fellow NRL representative star, he intends, man, snitches get stitches, baby.
I know, right?
What the hell? Man, you know what's probably happened is like the NRL star might have like his manager might have been, what's Payne doing? And then he's like, I think he might be staying. He said the other day he was. And then he's gone somewhere. Because I highly...
Well, a player wouldn't have gone to a journo.
Went to a journo.
Nah, no way.
Look, the next bloke we see turn up with stitches from Samoa, he's the rat. No, all jokes aside, but I will say, like, very weird that got out. Other than he told coaching staff or something like that, or someone was in vicinity or earshot. Anyway, Star, he told a representative star, a fellow NRL representative star, so might not have been in the Samoan side, he intends to stay at the Broncos amid fears the Rebel 360 competition is in danger. Code Sports understands Haas holds some concerns about potential viability of Rugby 360 and is mindful of the 10-year ban that will be imposed if he signs with the unsanctioned league. Well-placed sources say even R360 insiders, once bullish about the prospects of the F1-style glamour league kicking off, now have genuine reservations as to whether it has the fiscal bedrock to get off the ground. With less than a year to go before their proposed kickoff, R360 representatives are keen to announce their first batch of recruits as early as next week. At this stage, Haas will not be on that list. First of all, stolen NRL 360's name. Stolen. Look, I'll be honest, because obviously I have a bias towards the Broncos. When I read this, I'm like, my boy's staying. That's my dog.
I'll be honest.
Sorry?
I had the exact opposite thought.
Yeah. Then when I started reading this Mayo after it, I was like, hang on a sec. Wait a minute. You know that kid?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That was what I was looking at the news story yesterday, because this Mayo suggests to me that they're using Haas as an almost deterrent to everyone else that might be signing, going, Haas is saying no, and he actually doesn't believe it's a real deal. So I guess they're assuming, I don't know whether this is true that's happening, but there is a world where they're assuming that other players see that and go, oh shit, like gives them pause, going, oh, okay, so Haas is the big dog, he's the number one signing. If he knows something that we don't, then maybe it isn't a legit league. And so that's where I'm like, NRL representative star said something very weird. The boys would usually never snitch like that. Or whether, maybe they told a manager and the manager told someone, or maybe someone was in earshot, I'm not sure. But then the push behind it, it's almost like the Trojan horse. Like, Haas is going to say no, you're going to stay loyal to the Broncos. Oh, by the way, here's all this other information that we want you to consume about how bad Rugby 360 is.
It seems like a convenient article and a box-ticking article to me.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, I actually think he will stay, Payne Haas. I actually think he will stay.
I reckon if he gets $3 million, there is no way he's staying, but like it is all a bit wishy-washy.
Look, the thing is this. I understand the $3 million thing. And like, just with the Zach Lomax thing, there was quite a few people that they may have misinterpreted like what we were trying to say. I have no issue at all with Lomax earning a bunch of money.
Oh,
good on him.
100%.
Bloody good on him. I said that on Monday. It's the only thing that's different in the situation is a club wanted to keep you and Lomax wanted to leave. And it happened, and that's happened twice in a couple of years. Now, maybe there's more to it. I'm not sure. That's the only thing I was frustrated with. And I don't think going, oh, well, it's a lot of money, therefore it's okay. Like, I'm more along the lines of, listen, if it happened once with Lomax, like as in, let's say he signed with the Eels normally and that this huge money came across, I'm more comfortable with that going, okay, it is a lot of money. You get this is a once in a lifetime situation. You get the money. It's more just before it was about the footy leaving the Dragons. Now it's like two different things that have happened in relatively short. Am I that emotional about it? Do I care that much? No, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. It's just my opinion that I personally don't like how it's all unfolded. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. Do I understand it? Yeah, of course I do. It's a lot of money.
I tell you what, reading the comments made me kind of reflect on kind of the state of the situation that the game's in at the moment, where contracts just don't mean anything. And everyone is now so happy to just be like, who cares?
Yeah. And look, I get the argument of like, well, clubs do it all the time. The difference is a club usually has to pay the player out.
Yeah, for sure. But like, that's not good either.
Yeah. It's what I mean. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right. What's that song with Wyclef Jean, is it? Oh, one of the great songs of all time. Just wait 2 seconds. Oh, bro, stop it. Oh my God, this is bringing back City High, bro. City fucking High, bro. You don't know about this shit, Matty.
No.
Oh. Don't scream, bro. Dreaming. He's fucking sleepwalking, bro. Oh no, the miss I left. Oh, you'll be right, mate. You just push through it. Great song. Oh. Boopy. He called it Boopy. Tell me that's not a great song. Oh. Shit. Let's get to the chorus. Here we go. Any NRL players out there looking to break a contract?
Oh, I know this song.
Listen to this song, bro. They're trying to, right? NRL's trying to have some dinner with some candlelight. Blandy's trying to get the candlelight out, bro. Just stay. Who cares? You don't want to go to a new dude. You got to learn about him all again. It's boring.
I'll be honest, I had no idea what that song was until the chorus.
Bro, hey, Morning Shifters. The Morning Shift's like one of the great shows of all time. Huge show, doing so freaking well. So big. Do you know how big they are now? The Morning Shift, it's a Kiwi show.
Yeah.
They are like worldwide now, pretty much.
Are they?
They are so big, it's actually insane. Watching their growth it's been one of the highlights of my life. No, it's been sick. And their story, so these boys, I'm pretty sure, at least one of them, they had a radio show and they got let go. I'm pretty sure they got let go. Something happened not great. They got let go, started their own thing with Clothing, who's been killing it for ages. Clothing is a New Zealand brand, brand, and started their own show. And so they went from a pretty big Kiwi radio show to like essentially the biggest podcast in Oceania. Like, what an incredible story. What about an incredible story of backing yourself? And also, what an incredible story about how people selecting you for whatever, it's just one person's opinion.
Exactly.
It is just one. But like, to suggest that these boys didn't have talent to carry a show, got that one wrong.
Well, clearly it's wrong.
Got that super wrong. Matter of fact, they should be begging for the boys to stay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to the Shifters. The reason why I brought that up is because I think they do Friday throwbacks or something like that. Look, boys, I got a request. It's your favourite Palangi. I know, listen, I know you don't want to admit it, Jordan, but I feel like I'm your favourite Palangi. You don't have to admit it, bro. I just feel like there's a connection there. It's your favourite Pakeha, my fellow Kiwis, the Morning Shift, the GOATs. I have a request. It's two wrongs don't make a right. And you know what's weird? It's like, it's not actually even my favourite song, whatever, but it just hit me, baby. It hit me. And then I thought of the Shifters, so I'm like, can I put a request in? Two wrongs don't make a right. A bit of Wyclef Jean, or if another Wyclef, or City High. Oh, City High. You want to talk about a classic? You want to talk about a goddamn classic? What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor, and you're trying to sleep with a man for a little bit of money? Oh, bro, what a fucking song. Just wait.
I'm all over that song. I listen to the Bastille remix.
Bro, what would you do, bro? What would you do? See what you do in your high, holy shit. Holy. Damn. Your son's at home? How young is he? Crying on the bathroom floor because he's hungry. His daddy's gone? Fucking dog. What a dog.
I know.
Hey, bro, you got a kid. How about turn up, you fucking pussy? Maybe City High, what would you do? That's an absolute classic. So listen, City High, what would you do? Or two wrongs. I have a request. You may not see this, boys, but and little congratulations too. Incredible what they're like. Actually, fuck, think about that. getting let go from a radio show, respectfully, of course, and then becoming essentially the biggest podcast in the Oceania. That shit, you make a little movie about that, baby. You can make a little movie about that.
Yeah, I love those kind of little stories.
I love those stories, man. Think about how insecure those boys were after they got told that they're no longer a part of that show. Think about how much they went home and said, oh shit, am I good enough? Am I actually good at this? And and they were letting another person's opinion that hasn't really probably achieved anything other than a little bit of things dictate what they thought of themselves. Maybe they walked out and said, I'm the fucking man and I'll do it. But I think we're all human, and that you have those moments where you go, oh shit, maybe I'm not that.
Pretty admirable to like get that confidence shattered and then say, you know what, I'm going to create a podcast.
Unbelievable. And also, shout out to Clothing for backing the boys in. Backing the boys in all the way in. They're building an empire over there, Clothing. They got other stuff. I think his name's Lance. He's a dancer. He dances for, I don't know if he's under Clothing, but he did some streaming in that. He's a dancer. He dances for Chris Brown. Gun dancer. I think he's mates with Jordan. I feel like I'm like almost like gossiping about other men right now. I apologize.
Yeah, fully.
Fuck, what the fuck? I mean, listen, I'm a rugby. That's my job, actually. I gossip about rugby league, man. So I guess it's all. Anyway, they're killing it. I think Lance did a show stream recently. Jai Pattaya is now part of the Clothing empire. Incredible what they're doing over there. Incredible. Anyway, back to Payne Haas. Or if you are an NRL player thinking to leave, play two wrongs don't make a right. If you're looking at breaking a contract, just play it. Just play it and ask yourself, do I want to be? Because if you're the person that's willing to do two wrongs, you're just getting down a little. How can you morally stand over someone if you both made that decision? You know what I mean? It's kind of like if someone cheats on you and you cheat on them, well, you're just as bad as each other. And you can tell yourself, you can say, well, they cheated on me first. It's like, doesn't matter. You both did it. You both deceptively did it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not with you on that one.
Okay, speak to me.
Well, if you cheat first, you're obviously much worse. The revenge is fine.
Yes, but what is the hurt in the cheat? It's the deceptiveness of it. Of course, obviously there can be hurt if they left you and hooked up with someone else, but them going behind your back and being with someone else while you're together, is that the core hurt of the cheat?
For sure, yeah.
Are you not just repeating that to them?
You are, but it's different. It's like I would, if that happened to me, which it hasn't, but if that happened to me, I'd publicize the revenge. There would be no deception about it. I'd be like, I did this to you, sucked in.
Wow.
Well, it's revenge.
Wow. But you're cheapening yourself by stooping to their level.
I don't agree with that.
That's so good. Because now think about it like this. Like, let's say you just randomly hook up with a girl or whatever. You're only really doing it to get back at your ex.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah, but you are cheapening yourself by going, I'm just going to hook up with a random to hurt someone else.
Yeah, but I don't think that's cheap. I think that's fucking good.
It's eye for an eye kind of stuff.
I respect that.
Holy shit.
I respect that for sure.
Holy shit. Okay. Fair enough. Listen, some old man advice. If you allow other people to dictate your actions, after a breakup, they still have control over you. Think about it like that. Well, fuck them. Oh, that's good. I'll put it this way. Obviously, I think I've probably been in relationships where women have cheated on me. Like, I just think that long term, you'll heal better knowing that you didn't stoop to their level, knowing that you did the right thing, the mature thing, which is break up after they cheated on you and then move forward. Yeah, it might sting. Yeah, you might feel like they got one over you. But at the end of the day, you had the strength to not give in to your much more natural urges to hurt someone back.
I guess. But I like the revenge aspect
I like
of
it. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Anyway, we're talking about Payne Haas. Payne Haas.
Yeah, seriously.
Look, yes, where's the hat again? It's a bit of a conspiracy copium hat. I'm going to get it here.
Where is the hat?
We should get a sticker saying hopium or something, or even just a sticky tape and just write hopium on it.
This hat's got a good run last week.
Yeah,
it's been used 3 times now.
It's the hopium hat. I genuinely think this is how highly I think of Payne Haas, and we've spoken a few times or whatever, but we don't know, not mates or anything, as in we speak all the time. But knowing him enough and just seeing the way he's carried himself, seeing the man he is in regards to everything he's been through with his family, how much he takes care of his family. I truly believe he'll say no. He would say no to an extra $2 million a year. I really believe that's how much money. I know he's already on a lot of money, but I really don't believe money is the number one priority for him. If he has to sacrifice something like family or whatever to see time or whatever, I genuinely be like, no, I don't think it's worth it. That's how much I think of Haas. Now, I won't think less of him if he takes the money because he's off contract. That's the difference. I'm just saying that the idea that it's so much he has to take it and he will take it, I genuinely believe he's a kind of guy that will sit back and go, does that mean I don't get to see my parents as often? Does that mean I don't get to see my younger brothers grow up? And if it is the case, I think there's a chance that he says no. I do.
If he prioritises, I can see him prioritising that for sure, number one. I would struggle to imagine saying no to that money though. That's so much money.
I want to be really clear. I know this is me probably being naive. That's why I've got the hopium hat on.
Yeah.
But I think Haas, yes, he's a front row and we always go, front rowers. I think he's a deep thinker. And I think he realises, okay, yeah, I could get an extra $2 million, but I got to wake up and do something I'm not really that interested in. Haas loves rugby league. He loves playing for the Broncos or for anyone. Maybe it's someone else. I think that he is a deep enough, not to say you're not deep thinker, but it's deep is the wrong word because if you take the money, I also understand that. 2 years of tough work, look at all the FIFO workers that do it for much less for their families. So I'm not pretending like that's almost sometimes an honourable thing to do it. But I do think that there's a world where he goes, you know what? I earn $1 million a year. I'm going to earn it for the next decade. Yes, I could probably earn an extra $6 million cash in that next decade with rugby, but I'll be waking up doing something I don't love. Like if you said to me, and look, I know this is not the same, but I'm pretty confident. If you said to me, Dan, you can earn enough money to pay your bills and make sure that your kids never have to worry about if something goes wrong or whatever, and you get to just podcast for the rest of your life. I reckon I would take that over if someone said you get $500,000 a year and you're CEO of a big company. I honestly would.
I guess the difference though is he'd be doing much less work.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you that it's the less work or whatever. But my point is that I want to wake up every morning and be happy with my children.
Well, okay, I'll go with you on this one. If I got offered X amount of dollars, not a ridiculous amount, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I had to not live with my fiance. I had to live in a different state or whatever. Yeah. I'd say no.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? There are reasons that
for sure that
would make him go, or anyone, anyone. And I don't know whether, for example, Lomax, I don't know whether he has a girlfriend, but he's a relative. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have kids, Lomax.
I don't think so.
So there's no real, he can go just
there's nothing tying him.
Enjoy his life. He's essentially a single guy, young as anything, gets to travel the world. I get it.
He's also not from Sydney, so I assume his family live back in Tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's you get it. There's no real. Whereas if you've got kids and a wife and you've got this real strong base, whereas if I was in Lomax position, look, I don't know if I'd break a contract. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would do there. I would think I probably wouldn't, but I don't know. But let's just say if I got the same offer, I never would. He's a way better player. Let's be real. For sure, I'd think about taking it. I probably would. I probably would at his age. I think it's the family that changes quite a bit because I just know the value in your kids don't give a shit how much money you earn, especially if you earn enough to pay for their schooling, their medical bills if they come up. I didn't grow up poor or anything like that, but I didn't grow up with much money at all. I loved my upraising. I loved it so much. I'm so grateful for all the sacrifices my family made.
I reckon that will be the thing that keeps him. That's it. I don't think, I'm sure he loves the Broncos.
Yeah.
But you know what? The only thing he hasn't achieved is win a World Cup. And he's achieved everything else. So
you mean Samoa or?
Well, I don't think he was there in the last World Cup.
Oh, for Australia, you mean?
He hasn't won a World Cup, full stop. I think that's literally the only thing he hasn't done. Except winning Dally M, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's won a comp, he's won Origin.
I mean, that's an interesting take in regards to maybe the Samoa thing keeps him here.
I think it might.
Because granted, he could probably stay, he could probably play rugby 360 and still play for Samoa, but you probably want to be in league condition to play for Samoa. There could be that.
They won't let that happen. If he goes to rugby, they won't let that happen.
Yeah, they'll put pressure on Samoa not to do it. That's a good point. That is a really good point, to win a World Cup for Samoa, especially with one coming up.
But otherwise, I'm sure he loves the Broncos, but I reckon that's probably third on his list.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I definitely don't think an NRL club loyalty to them is high on his list, and it shouldn't be. Honestly, respectfully, it shoun't be. What's weird is the funny clip I put out, well, allegedly funny, of course, about speaking of Payne last week. Like, people thought I was being serious.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why would you be loyal to Broncos? Well, I was like, bro, it's the
It was a meme video.
The joke is that you shouldn't do that. That's the fucking joke, you idiot. Like, what the fuck?
And then you said you'd bash him.
Yeah, I said I'd bash him. And I've already physically dominated Payne Haas. Like, what the fuck? Bro, seriously. Oh, my God. No, absolutely. Do not be loyal to a club. No way. Especially a club that's you've taken from a spoon to a premiership. Be loyal to, I mean, I don't need to say this, but be loyal to your family. Be loyal to your own happiness. And if it means, like, again, I feel weird even saying this because, like, bro, he's a grown man. He can make his own decision. But my opinion on it is if you can take your family over, your wife and your children, and you can travel with them and you feel like that you're going to be one happy unit, buddy, do it, bro. Do it, 100%.
I think it would be prioritising your family, whether that's staying around Brisbane and playing for the Broncos because you want to be around your family, or if that's providing for your family and going somewhere else. That's the main thing.
Nailed it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Your family's a priority. If you feel that you being around in Brisbane is going to give you the best quality time with your children, then great. If you feel you can travel with them, great. If you feel that going away for a couple of years and coming back and then giving them that like money to have whatever they want, that's also great. Yeah, it's a really, really good way to put it. But yeah, as I said, I really do think Haas is the kind of man that would say no to me $2 million a year extra. And I just want to be clear, I'm not poo-pooing anyone that wouldn't. Like, I've got nothing but admiration for army, for people in the army that go away on deployment. Like, blokes that do that and families that support them. Like, that's incredible. FIFO workers that go away for 4-6 weeks at a time to provide for the family. Like, that shit is crazy. That's like, I respect the shit out of that. It's great sacrifice. But yeah, now in regards to some of the stuff that's been kind of floating around, I will say I am getting like, okay, yep, it becomes real now, I guess, that Pappy and Lomax look like it is, but I'm getting more and more like, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if it's real, bro. And maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid from but I'm thinking about it, I'm like, bro, it's essentially a year away. They don't even sign anyone. And also, like, where's all the yarn from rugby union players getting signed?
Yeah, unless... That's what my weird thing is. Like, where are all these... I guess they haven't actually announced their signings yet. Maybe I'm just not... That hasn't hit my algorithm, but I haven't seen rugby players really linked to this.
Like, we haven't seen... Yeah, maybe they're saving it all for one crazy huge announcement.
Because they did say in that article that their first batch of announcements are going to be hopefully next week.
Yeah. So, but like... Maybe. To be honest, if it's next week, I want to see everything. I want to see team logos. I want to see a detailed plan. Like, not that they would have to show that to me. Like, I want to see so much. And also, like, if I want to play a signing with them, like we spoke about this actually a few weeks ago, I would need a bank guarantee. I would need either the money up front or a bank guarantee. And what a bank guarantee is, some people may not be aware. Essentially, you can go into a bank and say, I want to give someone $1 million. They say, okay, you've got $1 million in your account. And we know you've got $1 million in your account. So here's a bank guarantee that you can give to that person. Basically, imagine like a check.
Yeah.
But it's backed by us. As in, the bank is certifying that when the time is right, whatever the agreement is, we can transfer that money because we've got that money in the bank and we're not going to allow you to take that money out of the bank because you've got a bank guarantee for X amount of dollars. If I'm a player, anything less than that, I wouldn't be signing. On top of all that, I'd be getting an independent review of the Rugby 360. And what that means is that if you've got managers and people in the media and Rugby 360 and other people telling you, yeah, no, it's real, that's fine, but they have their own self-interest and bias happening right now. And it might be good self-interest and bias. It might be totally validated and correct. But the good thing about an independent review, I think Landis might have talked about this as well, is there is supposed to be at least, now granted we all have subconscious bias, but there's if you get an independent review, let's say you've got a manager and he's sitting there going, it's a real thing, mate. Like, here's all the evidence. It's a real thing. But he stands to make money off your big deal. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but that is an incentive for him to potentially push it harder than it actually is, you know?
Yeah, of course.
He's gained something from it.
10% of whatever it is, yeah.
Whereas an independent reviewer of it can look at it and go, oh, where's this, where's that? They've got no skin in the game. They're not incentivized to lie either way or the other. Now, that doesn't mean that independent reviews are always bias-free. You know, to get into a deeper, like sometimes certain people are hired that are friends of the people. So it's like, can you just give us a bit of a favour of independent review? And we can say it's independent. But in this case, I honestly, if I was a player on Big Cash, I would be hiring someone to do an independent review. And also I would need a bank guarantee.
Just with the bank guarantee. So does that mean, just so like to explain it like I'm 5 years old, would Rugby 360 give the bank $1 million and then they just drip feed it to Lomax's account?
No, basically, essentially, like, we'll talk like this. The Rugby 360 would go, here's $1 million to the bank. I want you to give me a bank guarantee for Payne Haas. They'll go, yep, sweet. All right, we've got the $1 million. It's locked in. Here's the piece of paper or whatever, the form that says that it's a bank guarantee.
Yeah.
They give it to Payne Haas. That $1 million cannot be touched by the person that puts it in there.
Okay.
Because if, let's say they try to withdraw that money back out, they'll be like, it's not your money. Like, it's locked in here. But the bank, like, let's say some crazy reason the bank, I don't know, did give it back. The bank has guaranteed that they will give it to the person. So the bank would then step in and say, here's your money. It's coming from us. Even though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're guaranteeing the money. It's almost like, you know, you give me $100 and I say, and I go, okay, I'll guarantee to this bloke that he's going to get $100. And then basically you come back to me and you try to take that $100 back. I'm like, no, that's not your $100 anymore, bro. That's his $100. But let's say you steal it from me. Then this guy would be like, mate, you guaranteed it. It's on here's my piece of paper. I would have to then pay him $100.
Okay.
That's essentially what it would be.
Okay, got you. So, I mean, if they can get that, that's a pretty big roadblock. Because then the only downside would then be the 10-year ban, I guess. Yeah,
10-year ban. And also, like, yeah, the 10-year ban is big, and that's probably why they went the 10-year down route. If, like, let's say this lasts for a year, but, like, geez, your reputation. If you obviously released early, your reputation really takes a hit. But to be honest, like, ironically, it's a little bit like the Super League where, like, if you do sign and they give you a bank guarantee and it falls over before it starts, you just got paid $1 million to do nothing.
Yeah. That's mad.
That's hectic, bro. That's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure. Saw an interesting take I didn't think of from Matt Rogers this morning.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's fucking super interesting.
Yeah, that Rugby Australia
won't stand up.
No, of course it won't. And Valandis won't let that happen anyway. Yeah. But like, imagine if it does, Rugby 360 falls through, and then bloody all these players start playing rugby union and now can play for the Wallabies in the World Cup.
Yeah, it won't. It's just a deterrent. That's all it is.
Of course.
But what will happen is, let's say it does fall over in 2 years and we've got 5 players that want to come back. Lenny's would just come out and say, like, kind of what he said. And he's right. He's absolutely right. Like, his job is the best interest of the game.
Absolutely.
It's not the best interest of the players. It's not the best interest of the clubs. It's not the best interest. I mean, you could argue it is of the fans because they love the game, but it's the best interest of the game. So when he says that, when he says, although I don't agree with it, you know, blocking someone from earning money or whatever, but that's his job. It's in his job description. Like, they could even, let's say he comes out and does something rogue as, I don't know, something crazy that ruins the game. The shareholders of the game could sue him for not doing the best interest of the game. Like, you know, for example, let's say tomorrow, and obviously I've got partners in Bloke Group. Tomorrow I walked in and said, we're a reality TV podcast now. Granted, I actually think we'd fucking kill it, but that's by the by. And then our sponsors all left, our partners all left, and we had no money. If you're a shareholder, you'd be like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? Your job is to always work in the best interest of the company, and you've literally just cost us all millions of dollars. So
yeah, no qualms.
You know, so like, I just wanted to put that in perspective. Like, I know a lot of people have been quite frustrated with Landy's big 10-year ban, and granted, I don't agree with it. I do think there needs to be a push and pull of, because you got to remember, like, you know, I know it sounds crass, but the players are the product, and if you piss the product off, you're not going to get a good game. However, his directive is literally best interest of the game, and the best interest of the game is no one leaves to any other game. Now, granted, they do work with sanctioned bodies because there's a push and pull there. Like, let's say tomorrow, Rugby Union came out and said you cannot leave to the NRL. Like, no Rugby Union player is allowed to go to the NRL. The NRL will then turn around and say, well, no Rugby League players are allowed to go. The reason why they allow it is because both codes have this kind of tacit agreement or unspoken agreement of like, okay, we poach each other's players, But it's a give and take, you know. Sometimes you get our
fair,
players, which is fair, and it's a way you've got to be. If you start banning that, you're actually going to hurt yourself, because what will happen is that players will go, well, stuff you then, and then before you know it, So, whereas the sanctioned body, the argument coming from Landies is that, like, they're essentially coming in randomly, all the goodwill, all the brand IP, everything that's been built by rugby league, all the fact these players are superstars now, because like I know people don't like see it this way, but there is an argument to be suggested that the NRL's platform is what makes these stars so big. Now, I could argue back against that. You could argue the players are what make the NRL big, but anyway, it's a chicken and egg argument.
Yeah.
And so the NRL is sitting there going, we've just invested all this money to make these guys stars. Granted, they own their IPs, which is another argument for another day, but whatever. And you're just swooping in and just taking all of our stars that we've invested in for the last decade and giving us nothing. And so that's why there's contracts. So that can't happen. It was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You like, as a business, let's say you bring in someone and they're bringing someone into a business and they have very little experience. They're not known by anyone. They're average at what they do, and your platform's huge already. So, like, imagine a rookie player.
Yeah.
He's not really good at what he does. No one knows who he is. He wears an NRL jersey. All of a sudden, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
There's value in that. And so let's say you're a business and you've got this huge platform and you bring this person in, and then you spend all this money, like you pay them the wages, you push them on your socials and, put them across all the NRL ads and everything like that. And then in 5 years' time, they just go like, "Nah, I'm going to this other league and it's not gonna. You get nothing for it. See ya."
Yeah.
That's, as that business, you'd be sitting there going, "Holy shit! Like, fuck, we get nothing for it." Whereas Union currently, it's like there's been a push and pull. Sometimes we get their players, sometimes they get our players. Like right now, I know initially we took Suoliti from Union, but they took Suoliti from us. We took Nwanga Nituwase, they've taken him back.
That happens in the law game, doesn't it? And I am a novice when it comes to this, but like, if you start as a nobody, they bring you on, and then you build up your clients, and that you can't just take
and a lot of things. Like, for example, let's say you join a PT company, fresh out of school, no clients, pretty average at what you do, and there's this huge PT company, and then you come in and you meet all the clients that already exist there, and so you've got this huge base of people that now love you. They're like, "Mate, you're the man at what you do." And then you look up and you go, "Well, why am I still here? I don't need this bloke anymore. I've got all these clients." Yeah. It's like, but hang on a sec. You got the clients because you started working for this person. And so that's why there's always a non-compete clauses. There's always
non-compete.
Yeah. Because, of course, your skill set has, like, as a PT, your skill set has made you great. There's no denying that. But the opportunity we provided you, and no one, we invested in risks on you. Like, we took the risk on you. You could have bombed and been shit at what you did, but we took a risk when your value was essentially $0, and now you're big because of your talent, for sure. You worked hard, but also it's almost like investing in something in a company. You invest in a company, and it's like there's a lot of hope and everything, but they've got no revenue or anything like that. They can't turn around in 10 years' time and go, "Well, we're huge now. We don't need you." That initial investment's now not worth what it was. Because no, but hang on a sec. The reason why I got to pay less is because you weren't anything, but also I was taking a huge risk because there was no evidence that you could do what you say you could do. Anyway, so that's where Landy's would be coming from, is like the rugby union and NRL, they've kind of pushed and pulled between each other. However, I am still a big believer of like blocking players from earning a huge amount of coin. I don't think that's fair or right. I think it's fair or right.
Yeah. I think, I know this is obvious, but
obviously if they're off contract.
Yeah, of course. And this is obvious, but like obviously, because it wouldn't shock me if Paps and Lomax lob up in Japanese rugby or something.
Of course. Yeah.
And then in 3 months' time, if R360 fails and they haven't said anything, then that 10-year ban doesn't exist.
I will say, let's say it's just Paps and Lomax. I reckon he'll uphold the 10-year ban, or at least make him go to court.
If they do go to 360?
Yeah. Because then you've sent a very strong message to everyone going forward. Anything else pops up, we're not going to cave in or whatever.
It's funny because like that's probably where you draw the line, isn't it? Because if Haas goes,
you bring him back straight away.
There's no way you're banning him.
But you get him, like if you like Pappy and Lomax, like don't get me wrong, we're talking guns.
Superstars.
Absolute superstars. But the game can probably afford to we lost some superstars for sure. But like a Payne Haas and them as well. Whereas I actually think if it was just those two, that's it. I reckon V'landys would go, we got an opportunity to make a very strong stance here. Now, granted, they'd probably end up in court. They'd probably lose. But as a player, do you really want to do that? No, you probably just go play bloody rugby in Japan or some shit, or France or something.
Well, again, the game survived and thrived when Sonny Bill left.
Israel left. Carmichael Hunt left. That's something that I wanted to speak about, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. Guys, this idea, if we lost Payne, if we lost, 5 or 6 guys or whatever, stars, that the game's stuffed. Bro, spare me. There is always another superstar around the corner. Now, if it was like 20 or 30 players, all right, okay.
Well, if Cleary, Walsh and Haas all left, then I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, okay. But
yeah.
If it's like 5 players like that are pretty big, like Haas, Lomax, Pappy, I know Jai Gray's staying, but we'll throw Gray in there, and who else has been linked?
Nas was, but...
Nelson, we'll say Nelson.
Yeah.
For sure, it sucks that they're leaving. It sucks. But I think the game, might sting them for a year or two, but I think it'll recover.
It'll be sweet.
Respectfully, Tino goes to the Broncos on 500K, obviously, replace Payne Haas. But let's imagine, 500K. But let's say Haas goes to Rugby 360.
Yeah.
We get $1 million here, we get Tino. Let's just imagine that happens. Tino in that Broncos side would be an absolute dog. Now, granted, I still have Payne Haas ahead of him, but Tino is pretty freaking good. And so...
The only losers are the Blues, really.
Yeah, really. Tino comes in, and as I said, I've Haas as a tier above everyone.
Of course.
But Tino is top tier.
Yeah. Tier 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5, really. And also, who knows what he could do in a Broncos outfit. And funnily enough, I understand Titans would be frustrated, but that's where I go, okay, we've kind of replaced like for like in regards to profile to a degree. Granted, I know Haas or whatever. And because the Titans are already small, Tino doesn't have that big of a club profile because the Titans are so small. Also, shout out to his clothing brand, DAF. DAF, shout out. I think you got to join up with an email and they get you a password. I've got to check my email. I'm yet to get a password just quietly. It's got brushed by DAF. Tino, what's the problem, brother? What's the problem? I got no... You know what? Let me check if I got the password. And I did this about a week ago too.
Make sure you check your junk mail. That's what they always say.
It always goes to. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I got an email. Big picture of big fella here. He said, and I got this 17th of November. What is it? Only 2 days ago. Holy heck! I swear I did this a longer time. Welcome to the DAF family. You're officially locked into the list. Most people find out last, but not me. Not me, baby. You'll get every detail first, date, times, reminders, all before the public even knows what's coming. The real ones know the world's about to. Oh, shit. Daff. Boom. I'm locked in, baby.
Nice.
I'm locked in. One of the crew, because I actually initially, when he launched it, I shared it, obviously, because I love when the boys do this stuff.
Yeah.
But I seen the boys all put up pictures when they were over in Thingo, like Cleary and Walshy and that, and I was like, fuck yeah, the boys. So I signed up to the email. I wonder what DAF stands for.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I just keep thinking DILF.
DILF.
I'm on my DILF era at the moment.
What about last week when, and I'm obviously the only one that got fooled by this, when Nods was like, he likes the MILF. I thought he meant I liked the milk as in Canberra.
Yeah.
And I thought he misspoke, and I'm losing my shit down here that no one picked up on it. But then I realised that he was talking about Anthony Milford.
Oh, I thought, what's hilarious about that? I thought you were laughing at me because I said I liked the milk when I was
No. Once you said that, I was like, oh, right, I get it.
Okay.
But because I thought he was saying, oh, I like the milk. And then when he said MILF, I'm like, how has no one picked up on this?
No, yeah, Nods is great. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully have him on again for sure. But yeah, I'm in my DILF era, so I'm trying to get hot again. The problem with that is I was never hot before. So how can you get hot again? I'm trying to get fit again. I just don't want my kids looking at a sloppy candle body, you know?
Well, you said last week you're going to play in the A-League, so.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, I'm trying to get fit. It's going okay, I guess, but it's not going great. Fuck. But in the off season, I get opportunities to train. But I'm locked in now. I don't think I'll ever go back. I won't go back to barely ever training. I'm locked in now because I you know the thing I was saying the other day is kids might be the greatest motivator of all time. Because like before you have kids, you're just like, who gives a fuck? Especially like when you're my age and like in my head, I'm like, look, I've already done it. You know, there's nothing to prove anymore. Whereas when you have kids, you're like, I don't want my sons seeing me going like, I want them to see me as I see myself in my head, which is like a fit, athletic dude, which clearly I'm not right now.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's how I see myself. Like in my head, I'm always like, if I wanted to, I could go get fit and be really athletic. That's so I have no insecurity about it. But I'm not though. I'm not. I just fucking think that shit in my head. And so with a kid, I'm like, I can't. There's no way I could do that. I'd hate to think that my sons are looking at me going, you know. And look, it's not necessarily about like body shape or anything like that. Like everyone's different. It's more I want to see their dad working out, training, exercising, being healthy, being disciplined, being committed to something.
Well, you said you saw your dad
every morning,
training
bro.
every morning, yeah.
Every morning I'd hear him, hearing the weights like jiggle around, driving up every morning, bro.
Yeah, I'd go watch my dad play touch footy all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just I think it's such an important thing. They need to see their old man. And granted, I know everyone's different and someone have injuries or whatever, but at least for me, in my opinion, I just think it's really important that they see, whether it's work, like maybe you fully commit yourself to your work and they see you rolling into work every morning, killing it, locked in, doing your best, whatever it is. It's whether you're a chippy, a sparky in the corporate, whatever. Like I personally think it's one thing to tell your children, you need to be this, you need to be that. You got to show it though.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and go, you need to be disciplined, you need to be healthy, you need to be, you need to do team sports or this, that. And they're like, well, like I don't actually see you do it. So that's why.
It's like when you go to a barber and they got a shit haircut.
Exactly.
Like, why would I go to you?
It's like, holy shit. And also it's the subconscious things you're putting in their head, I think, that like when they see their dad do it or mother, whoever, they're like, oh, okay, that's what you do as a person. So yeah, Dill Ferrer. Look, locked in, gun to head. I think Haas stays.
I reckon he's going to leave.
Okay.
But I hope he doesn't because he's a superstar. We need him and the Blues need him and I'm not going to watch Rugby 360, so I want to watch him.
Okay, gun to head. How long does Rugby 360 go for? I'll answer first. I reckon it'll last a year.
Okay, I reckon it'll last 4 years, but it'll scale down after 2.
Okay. I'm not getting, like, where are they getting their players from? Like,
dead set, I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know. We'll see soon. Maybe they're all saving us some crazy huge announcement, but I don't know. Don't forget, guys, Bloke community members can get 12-month subscription for Code Sports for $19. This sale is going to end soon. Use code Black Friday, one word. Guys, $19 for the whole year. I got to say, what I can promise you is you will not regret it. The amount of gun stories on Code Sports is like, it's my go-to now. Like, easy go-to.
So, I know I'm pushing it, but like, seriously, this morning, the amount of Ashes articles at the moment, and I know this is a rugby league podcast, but like, I read this article on Bodyline this morning, the Ashes series from like the 30s. It's just so interesting. There was a huge one about like previous Ashes series. There's so much quality on there.
Yeah, and look, I know you're still going to get your clickbait stuff, guys. So every now and then, I'm not going to pretend like that's not the case. I think it's just part of journalism, to be honest. But my God, there's some good stuff on there. Jeez, there's some good stuff on there. And my go-to used to be Fox Sports and Telegraph, I think. I don't really. Yeah, I go to Code Sports.
Code Sports is my default now
because it's just all sport. It's just purely sport. I know Fox Sports as well. So really, it's a juggle between Fox Sports and Code. But yeah, anyway, look, as I said, do it. If you regret it, shoot me a message. Seriously, I don't think you will. The amount of content you're going to get and also like I get it. Like it's behind a paywall. It's behind a paywall. Trust me, guys, I get it. But $19 over a whole year, you won't. The ease of being able to go. Like you see a great article, because I know the feeling, there's two feelings. You see a great article and then you go to click on it and you're like, oh my fucking God, it's fucking paywall.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, stuff it. And you just keep going. However, once you just spend that $19, the feeling of just going click, click, and you're in it, you're just like, oh, thank you.
For the whole year.
Yeah, the whole freaking year. $19. Like, yeah, anyway, so it is what it is, guys. Okay, Canberra. Also, guys, Aspley Mazda, LDC_01. We got something big coming. You guys... If you're a rugby league fan, you are going to love what we have coming. And I cannot wait. Anyway, huge special for Bloke community members only on used cars. LDC_on Lukey. You guys all know Lukey. Absolute legend. Shoot him a message. If you need a car, Aspley Mazda is the place to go. Canberra on the Brisbane draw. Canberra boss, Donny Furner. Don. There's actually, funny you say that. I think there's a guy on Instagram. He's starting to blow up, and his name is Donny Vane, I think. Yeah, Donny Vane. I just started following him recently. He's blowing up. He started like a week ago. He's already got 14,500.
Oh, Jesus.
Bro, so funny.
Yeah?
Basically just like shit talk, anything, but mainly gym. Traps that won't quit. He's got traps that won't quit. He's constantly aroused. Could you imagine if like, if when blokes were aroused, their traps rose instead of... that's what he is, bro. Constantly aroused with his traps up. You can't tell me they aren't aroused right now. They've got to be. He's got them up.
Oh, I can see it from here. I don't know. I can't even look at the phone.
Come on, bro. Look, I respect it. But they are traps of fucking doom, bro. Yeah. They're traps. It's a bloody mountain. It's a landscape. It's like a Mount Fuji, bro. Playing Ghost of Yotai. Just looking at the huge mountain in the corner. Anyway, I don't know. Oh, I brought him up because of the name Donny. But yeah, he's hilarious. Give him a follow, guys. Super, super funny. Just talking shit. Got a dirty little mole across there, which I love. Also got chest hair, which is always masculine and manly.
Oh, of course.
Got the chest hair. Chest hair is a dying art. It's like, when was the last time you saw a good like, it's not like right home to your mum chest hair, but it's like, it's just below Darren Lockyer v early 2000s chest hair.
Yeah, looking at, because I've been smashing cricket docos at the moment, watching like an 80s doco with like Dennis Lilly with all his buttons down, all the chest hair.
Chest hair back, bro. And that's coming from a dude that literally, like, that's it. I can't grow it. That's honestly my whole life of growth. I don't have the chest hair. I got to find masculinity in other ways, bro.
It's so alpha. I love it.
Bro, you're rolling in with chest hair like you've got the most testosterone in the room. Like, is that the number one indicator? Is traps and chest hair the number one indicator? This guy's testosterone must be through the roof.
I think that, and then with a big moustache as well.
Oh, a moustache. Okay.
But like the combination of everything.
Okay, the combination.
I'm just thinking of Dennis Lilly. That's why.
But yeah, Donny Vane, funny as, he's obviously shit talking. Don't take it personally. Jesus Christ. Give him a follow. I think he's hilarious, bro. Absolutely hilarious. Whenever I see a guy like this with heaps of talent, heaps of charisma, I always start thinking, okay, what's the long play? Like, these videos are hectic at the moment, but eventually you're going to have to keep adding to the content because you don't want it to get stale. And I'm sure I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing.
That's what I thought about Schooner Score. I was like, what's next? But he's evolving pretty well.
You've got to evolve.
Yeah.
And like, I know, like, it's like sick of adding extra podcasts or whatever. But the thing with podcasting is if you're good at it, it's a forever thing, because it's sitting down, talking about topics that are interesting, and they'll always be changing.
Yeah, it doesn't expire. Like,
it doesn't expire, but you've got to be good at it. Like,
of course, yeah.
Some of them, respectfully. And listen, guys, I'm not a hater. I'm not even talking about rugby league right now. I'm talking about podcasts where you're like, what did that person just say?
There are some in America that I don't know how it's hit my algorithm, but...
I saw one the other day that was like, did you know, and I can't believe this, that when you get married, they're your family now.
Oh, fuck me.
I was like, fuck. I always love the joke that you should... it's almost like, what is it? Like, you can't... stop selling bullets for guns. Stop selling the podcast equipment. There should be a limit on podcast equipment.
I say that all the time. But it's such a fair comment.
It's fucking so fair. It's so fair. Sorry, I'm being a hater, guys. I'm being a fucking hater. I will say I'm not talking about rugby league. I'm just talking about some of the brain dead shit in other
There's
things.
So many.
Because right now, like, I think the rugby league podcast game is booming. And granted, there are levels of how good certain people are. I'm not saying that. But it just continues to boom, bro. Think about all the talent there is out there in rugby league right now. Like... that are doing their own thing. Look at how many rugby league podcasts you can get nowadays.
Well, you've had 3 guests on the last 5 weeks.
All doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I think it's the one area, especially in Australia by a mile, where we kill every other sport. Now, granted, AFL is catching up. Obviously, Dan killing it, like absolutely killing it. And there's probably some, like, there are other podcast Dylan Friends and that over in AFL, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'm biased because I see the rugby league content, but there are just so many good creators out there. You can get so much from so many different places. Like, it's almost part of the reason why we almost don't need to do player interviews anymore, because like there's just so much options out there. Why do something that you can get your feel elsewhere? Like, anyway,
Donny Furner.
But yeah, shout out to the Donny Vane. I started following him, I think, about a week ago. Look, he teased me a little bit. He teased me there was a few snippets that came up, and I was like, oh, this guy's got something about him. You know how you can just tell whether they have charisma or not.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't want to give away my follow for fucking nothing. And then there was another snippet, and I was like, okay, that was funny too, because his first snippet I seen was, it was like quoting someone else going, bro, those muscles wouldn't help you in a fight. And he was like, bro, why would I want to get in a fight?
Yeah.
And if I did get in a fight, I tell you what, having these muscles much better than being skinny. So just hilarious shit like that. Anyway, I saw that. There's another couple, and I was like, you know what? You've earned this follow, bro. You've earned it, bro. You've earned the follow. You're funny as fuck. So give him a follow. If you like Jim, especially Jim humor, he's super funny. And I think actually I don't follow him, but Adam Sullo, who is I think we've all seen him in our feeds. He's like he has Cunny Gummies, which is like gummies for like.
Oh,
PT.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he tells it like it is.
Yeah.
Like very, very straightforward PT advice or health advice. So he collabed just recently with Donny Vane. So the dude's making waves, bro.
Why did you just say that's in all our feeds? Because it's in my feed. I don't understand why.
Yeah, well,
it's everywhere.
Because he's blowing up. They're both blowing up. So I think Adam Sullivan, his name is, it says it here. Evidence-based training. That's it. Give me how many followers is that? So he's personal 277. Yeah, and he's actual evidence-based training. It's got 739k followers. This guy is killing it. Drives Ferraris, fucking all that. And basically, he gives you training very simple. He's essentially the most Australian trainer in the history of mankind. Simple, right. No bullshit. This is how it is with the language that we use, obviously. Yep. And he's killing it. Anyway, so he actually collabed with Donny Vane. So there's like an Avengers going on right now.
Yeah, right.
It's like the Avengers of the PT world. And I you know what? PT is the wrong word because that's like almost disparaging of the training world, could I say? Gym world. The Avengers have assembled and I'm consuming their content. Their content. So respect, boys, killing it. You know what? No, what was disrespectful? I just went to Adam Sullo's page. Adam Sullivan. I said Sullo like I know.
Sullo.
And I didn't follow him. Followed him. Boom. Good. There you go. Boom. You just got to follow.
Respect,
bro. Always respect. But yeah, Donny.
We'll get there eventually.
Donny Furner. Apologies, guys. Just skip if I'm talking nonsense. Donny Furner has publicly blasted the NRL over 2026 Premiership draw, accusing the league of favouring the Brisbane Broncos by orchestrating a schedule that gives them a clear advantage. I think they end up playing 14 games at home because they also play Redcliffe there. Furner told reporters they are very, very lucky, but I can't wait for the year they miss out on Magic Round. The Raiders CEO highlighted the stark imbalance between clubs, revealing that the Raiders were forced to travel 14,960 kilometres across 10 away games during the first 17 rounds of the 2025 season, while the Broncos only travelled 6,200 kilometres in the same stretch. Everything he said was true.
100% true.
Like
100% true.
I can't really... Am I going to pretend like what he said is absolutely not... It's true. Broncos are a big club. They get kissed on the dick every single year, pretty much.
How is it fair that every year Broncos are the away team in Magic Round? I understand that it's a neutral ground because it's Magic Round, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't get home weeks sometimes.
But also, like, they essentially just do the schedule, so that's their home game.
But I don't even mind if it's just 50-50.
Yeah.
But they've been the away team every year, and they're the away team again this year. And you know what? I love they're playing the Warriors at Magic Round, but I think they might have fucked themselves there because the Warriors fans turn up for Magic Round as well.
It might even be a freaking home. It'll be a big battle, but it'll be close to a home for it. Yeah,
but and I will say in to defend Don Furner as well, their draw at the start of this year was horrendous. They went. So I've got it here. They went Vegas, Canberra, Brookvale, Townsville, Canberra, Darwin, Gold Coast.
Yeah, outrageous stuff. And he's right. They get treated like shit.
They do.
Like the fact they're not at Magic, and this is how poorly Canberra get treated. They're basically laughing at not making Magic Round because they're like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, of course we miss Magic Round because that's how we get treated all the time.
But the minor premiers.
Minor premiers that were Reece Walsh, hot boy, greatest form we've ever seen in a final series away. Like, think about they probably win the comp.
Seriously.
They probably win the comp.
It probably did cost them the grand final.
Well, Broncos went out and beat every other team by more points.
Yeah.
And also, none of those teams scored as many points as the Raiders did on the Broncos. Not even close.
Because if they won, they would have got the week off. And we all said the reason they lost was, hey, Sharks played good, full credit to them. But they were mentally cooked.
They were cooked. And yeah, Sharks were great. And so it's no takeaway from that. But they would have landed probably the Penrith Panthers.
Other side anyway, yeah.
And like they'd already beaten the Penrith Panthers. They beat them in Bathurst or Mudgee? And they would have landed Penrith at home too.
Yep, they would have been at Canberra.
And then the Melbourne Storm, that's their bogey side. Like they beat the Melbourne Storm more than any other team.
Well...
They beat them at Magic Round that year.
Oh, as in the grand final, yeah. I mean, anything can happen in grand final days, we all know.
Yeah. So it's like...
So they've beaten all those teams.
They've beat all those teams.
Yeah.
Broncos early in the year as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was... Looking back to that game, I remember like Reece Walsh had a bad game, which is crazy to say now. The Broncos had the worst... That was the worst game they played.
Bro.
One of the worst games they played all year.
If you go back and look at how bad the Broncos were mid-year...
Yeah.
You're like, there is not a chance this team wins the comp. Not a chance.
Yeah.
It might, you know what? It's probably the greatest ever terrible form to good form we've ever seen.
Yeah. I remember because I'm just looking now. That was round 2, which is fucking crazy. Because remember round 1,
pumped the Roosters.
They smashed the Roosters. You're like, all right, almost premiership favourites.
Yeah, they looked unbelievable.
And no one knew Raiders were good back then.
Yeah.
Like they beat the Warriors in Vegas, but they just came back from Vegas and everyone pumped. Oh, they beat them by 10.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Incredible. So look, and I know you could find many years where this team could have won, but the fact that they're not in Magic Round is just like, so look, I can't hate on Donnie Furner, bro. He's speaking facts. And look, sometimes facts sting. Sometimes the truth hurts. He's right. Unfortunately, the big clubs, they do get treated better. Yep, the Broncos do get treated better. I wish that it was more fair, but I guess it's a business at the end of the day. It's just like...
And that's just their fallback. Like, yeah, Broncos, they get the good time slots, they get the good draw, but just it is what it is.
Yeah. And look, I don't think their draw in regards to who they play is like any easier than anyone else.
I don't subscribe to that. Never have, never will.
Yeah, but playing
as in not just for the Broncos, just for anyone. Like when they go through all the articles of who's got the hardest draw, I don't even bloody look at it
because you don't know though.
You don't know. You don't. Yeah.
Like for example, the Raiders, they were an easy game coming into this year.
I saw someone complaining online about the South draw. On Facebook I think it was, and then I saw an article that said South had the second worst draw. Which is funny because I looked at the draw. I
remember you saying this is a sick draw.
I was like, we play Broncos once. We don't play them in Suncorp. We play Panthers once. So like, turn it up.
Yeah. Yeah. So Donnie, you're speaking facts, mate. I can't push back against that.
Sorry, I think. Oh no, don't. I thought that was the delivery.
Okay, Murray Taulagi is set to leave the club after failing to reach an agreement over an extension in North Queensland. He's off contract in 26 and has been free to negotiate with rivals since November 1. Sorry, he's off contract for 27.
For 27,
yeah. But he can talk to people now.
Yep.
Wow. I tell you what, if I'm a club that needs an outside back, bro, depending on the ask price, but he's one of the best in the comp, man.
I sincerely believe he's still the most underrated winger in the comp.
Yeah, easy. I reckon if you did a list for most fans, he wouldn't even be... Honestly, I reckon some fans wouldn't even have him top 10.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is crazy.
He's an Origin player.
Origin, and also goes well at Origin as well.
Literally saved him a game once with 2 match winners.
Yeah.
As in match savers,
match savers, yeah. I reckon, mate, I reckon there are a lot of clubs are going to want him. It's just his asking price. I guess maybe the Cowboys are looking at him going, like, they see him still as like the Taulagi that came through maybe, but like, he's a top dog now. He should be getting top dog winger money.
My first thought, I had 2 thoughts. Firstly, Eels, because they're losing Lomax.
Yep.
Second one was Roosters, because they're losing Nwani Tawaze. I don't know if they could afford him.
I like the Eels. That's great chat.
I think the Eels.
Imagine him and Fox and the Eels. Oh, my. And then Iong at the back. Jeez, I like that. I wonder Raiders. I know they've got some good, decent outside backs, but Timoko is currently... You know, I think they've got mutual options or something. Something's going on there.
Yeah, that's right.
Could you move someone into the centres and have
the Eels are such a... I mean,
Raiders, they've already got the young fella from the Dragons, it's the big fella, Furner or something like that.
Oh, yeah. For now.
Yeah. So they're probably out of the race. But yeah, like the Eels, I love that chat. Roosters as well. I see that happening. And also, like, I think if you're Taulagi, let's say he's getting offered $500K a year. That's probably what he's getting offered, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Anything more, if he's getting $600K a year or $700K, like, you'd almost stay at the Cowboys because it is your home club or whatever, or at least somewhere you've been comfortable. But if someone says to me, "Oh, you can get 500K at the Roosters," and that's the same as what you can get at the Cowboys, you go on Roosters every day of the week.
Of course,
we all know the connections of the Roosters. Like, come on, let's be real here. Like, of course you're going to go to the Roosters.
Absolutely. Like,
jeez, imagine him. And also, Tupou's going too soon. He'll be going after this year.
True. So they're 2 wingers down.
And he is very similar to Tupou in regards to consistency and getting
what
a
about
lot of work.
Tupou? That's, Roosters.
Foyer signed a 4-year deal on 500K a year, essentially. So their outside back is not splurged beyond belief. Teddy might retire as well.
Yep. Roosters is probably shaping up to be a good one. Okay. He knows Reece Robson. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, he knows Reece Robson. At least they're willing to get North Queensland players, I guess. I know they would have already been willing to, but okay, Roosters. Who else can we think of? Dragons, probably. I just don't know if he'd go there. They've got Moses Sully. They've got the money man, Tui Polotu. They've got Sloane's been in and out.
I just reckon that, since he's leaving, he's going to want to go to a team that's probably going to win. I know the Dragons are building, but...
Yeah, maybe they can give him like 800K or something,
Oh, if it,
You know what I'm saying?
In that case,
they might have a bit of money because Gutho, whatever's happening with him going forward. Then who's there? I can't believe you've got Tui Polotu, Sully.
I mean, Sloane.
Yeah, I think they're trying to kind of potentially move him on. Maybe, I don't know for sure. Who else is there on the bloody winger?
I mean,
Ravalawa. He's at the Rabbitohs now, is he?
Yeah, but he's now left.
He's now left.
He's at Super League now. But if you go to the Dragons, he would be the best winger in the club by a mile.
By a mile. So you got Dragons.
To be fair, a lot of clubs in that case.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else would fit in. There's a squeeze at the Sharkies, but I don't think they got any money.
Well, I mean,
they're flush for backs.
They're losing. They might lose Ramian, which is disappointing for them. They also certainly don't need him with Stone Street, not even playing first grade.
Warriors pretty good at the moment. Warriors pretty good. They got Carl Pereira.
Well, they just signed Carl Pereira. So that
Perth.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure. I think there's a bit of a Polynesian population in Perth as well. Look, I know that don't all know each other. I'm just saying there's that cultural connection potentially.
Well, Perth would offer him a fair amount.
Perth could probably offer him about 700K a year, 800K a year. You got PNG coming in as well. Who else? Gold Coast Titans. Wouldn't mind that.
Yep.
I know the Dragons are far further ahead in their rebuild, but Hane obviously arriving with a fresh new club. And they just lost Campera and are trying to move on a few players.
Yep.
Titans.
Yep. He'd be really good for the Titans.
Yeah. He's exactly what they would need in this new style of rugby league, which is a winger that can run 200 metres.
It's funny, now that Matty Johns is there.
Changes everything.
It just seems so much more attractive.
Yeah, like it changes everything, bro. So, yeah, interesting.
I can't believe they didn't come to an agreement. He's almost their best player. Sorry, that's not right. But like he's so important. He's so good.
He's in their top tier. Like you've got your Dearden, you got your Drinkies. Like he's in that tier with them. With Cotter as well. So freaking good. Like that back line. I know it's a year away, so things could change. But that back line without Taulagi, that is a concern.
Yeah, big time.
So young, bro. Like essentially just all rookies. So that's what's so bizarre that they haven't come to an agreement, because it's like, unless he's asking for like $1 million a year or something like that.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully they can give him. My personal preference, keep him at Cowboys. I love him at the Cowboys. I think he does a great job. They just lost Kyle Felt, Val Holmes. Like surely they got the money to keep him. Sure.
Although I know they have two eyes on Purdue.
As in
like upgrading him.
Oh yeah. Okay. And also just quickly, I just want to give a shout out. He just come up on my Instagram feed. I think it was a bit of an ad or something like that. Lith. If you like, I guess modern hip hop, and I mean like Cardi, your Travis Scott's to a degree. There's an Aussie called Lith. He's from Melbourne, and he's got some huge like Cash Cobain. He's got who else has he got here? He's got Don Toliver, Cash Cobain. A bunch of pretty big names. He's worked with Nav as well, I think. So anyway, his music, I listened to his album. If you're in for like moody, new type, more Travis Scottish kind of music with hectic beats, and it's more the flow rather than hearing what they're saying, mate, Lith from Melbourne, it was gun. These beats that he's selected, because he does beats as well, freaking unbelievable. His album literally just came out. And I don't obviously know the guy. Like, I just thought, you know what, Aussie, doing big things, making good hip hop. Shout out.
Love it.
Like, listen to this intro. Obviously, it's not going to hit as well, but it's like, and also you got to listen to it in like good headphones.
Yeah.
But it's like fully like.
Oh yeah, I see.
It's fully atmospheric hip hop. Beautiful intro. It's called Euphoria. But one of his, I think, so it's all this kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Hectic beats that's more... So yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, you just want that vibe music, maybe working out on the boxing bag or whatever, you want to get in that zone, check Lith out. Also, 5 Seconds of Summer, new album out as well.
5 Sauce.
Yeah.
Are they from Sydney?
I'm not sure. From Australia, I know that. So shout out to the boys. Outside of that, I think that's it. Make sure Grumpy Coffee sale coming soon. But guys, best internet in all the land is Lontel. Make sure to sign up and support the platform. Support people that support us. Anything else, mate?
Big show coming Friday.
We didn't announce it. Mike Whitney is actually joining us to preview the Ashes. That's right.
I can't wait.
The great Mike Whitney, one of the great podcasts ever recorded, in my opinion. Not because of me, because of him. So yeah, like we're talking about a guy that played for his country, who dares wins, one of the great yarn spinners all time. He will be joining us for a Ashes preview.
He's the yarn spinner.
What, Pack Her Up Boys is going places,
it's
bro.
pumping
I will
now.
say, Pack Her Up Boys, you can say, numbers are going up.
It's going up. They're going up.
What the fuck? Because like Pack Her Up Boys was supposed to be just a piss take.
Honestly, like, I don't want to disrespect it, but like, it was an afterthought for the first year.
Massive art, like, all right, yeah, we'll do it because of the Thursday game, talk a bit of shit.
Yeah.
The numbers are going mad. So it's like, okay, sweet, man. Like, we'll keep pushing it. So Mike Whitney's going to join us to preview the Ashes.
Wait.
And the Ashes, we'll release the podcast a little bit earlier so that you can listen to it before the Ashes start at about 3.
Yeah, the Ashes start at 1:20.
1:20.
So I guess we'll do it in the morning.
Yep, do it in the morning. Alrighty, that's us done and dusted. As usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves. Thank you.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.